Good evening. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 2 of our Friday night series this evening with some Final Fantasy IV. How are we doing, Nick?
Oh god, did you remember to grind off camera?
You bet your ass I did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I jumped up like 10 levels. Excuse me. We're good to go now.
Well, alright.
Which means
Still
I
can't
can...
believe you're only at the 9-hour mark.
Which also means that I can dedicate a good amount of brain power to actually listening to the conversation in this episode. So you were asking me a couple of questions between episodes, and I was ignoring you. So what's up?
You know. No, sorry, I'm eating a biscuit here from KFC.
Nice.
There was a box of 3 of them on my counter. I don't know where they came from, but anyways. So,
They're funny biscuits.
yeah, are you familiar with the concept of animal magnetism?
No, I mean, other than like the hardy har har, like the ladies can't resist me sort of way.
Oh, well. No, that's not the route I was going. No, it's, I'm reading this book partially based on alchemy, and I cannot understand the concept of animal magnetism. It was done by, Joseph, Mesmer. Are you familiar with him?
Mesmer.
This is
really.
where we get the term. This is where we get the term mesmerized.
Oh,
I mean, it's
okay.
basically charlatanism, but the best I can understand here is that animal magnetism has to do with the vital life essence flowing through animals and how you can transfer the good stuff to humans and transfer the bad stuff out to animals. I think. I don't know.
Sounds legit, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how these 18th century savages in France could grasp this concept, and here I am with 2 college degrees, like, what? I don't understand.
Those French savages, I love it.
Well, anyways, that's where you get the term mesmerized. So whenever
Okay.
someone's giving you a line of bullshit, that's where it comes from.
Just fleecing you, huh?
To be mesmerized. Just to be taken in by Joseph Mesmer.
Huh. So yeah, we're doing substantially better against the enemies in here with Float.
Yeah, float is the key to everything in the underground.
Dude, they really gave Arachne a rack in this version, if you catch my drift.
Discord is treating everything like a big sensor block.
Oh, lovely. It was working
Yeah,
for
it
you
looks
just
on
fine
my
a
end
moment
like
ago.
Radia had a horrible stroke.
Uh-oh. Well, hopefully it comes across better in the Twitch broadcast here.
Twitch is perfectly fine, but I gotta conserve my bandwidth.
I got you.
Or where I'm allocating my computer's resources to.
That makes sense, yeah.
I have to pay for a 2.5-story house on my own now that no one else rents it with me. I gotta
really?
conserve expenses here.
I didn't realize you were all by your lonesome these days.
Nope, Joseph moved out, bought his own house 3 weeks back, and I helped him move out 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yep. So, here I am, me and the boys.
Until you moved to Bloomington. Oh God.
And all they've got is diarrhea right now.
Oh, God.
So both of them at the same time.
Nick, it's
Can't imagine they both
it's a
ate.
gift for the family is what it is.
I was just thinking about how weird Titan looked in this game earlier today.
They made him really red. Oh boy. That's
What
not the one you
makes
want
a
confused.
Man, red.
Oh God.
You know, confuse only works on your worst person.
That's right. Fucking Peter Pan. I'd forgotten about that song for ages. What makes the red man? How do they get away with that even in like what the 50s, the 60s? When was that movie made?
It was written by white people for white people.
Yeah, I guess so, but shit. I mean, you would think
'cause it
someone's
was-
like, guys, maybe we shouldn't be saying this.
No, it's hilarious. I mean, come on. They
Come
did it
on,
in
they're-
Fantasia.
They're all like Indians and shit, you know, like red people. No.
Remember
come on,
the crows from Dumbo?
Oh my God, yeah. That Disney had some pretty ignorant caricatures.
Well, I mean, you really can't say that. I mean, Disney was pretty much just a reflection of the values of
the
its time.
society of its day. Yeah, that's very true. All right, so
To quote a passage from the book Bittersweet, I mean, we shouldn't look back and disdain too much because what seemed abominable to us was normal to them, and chances are 50 years from now we'll have been doing something abominable. Yeah.
There, but for the grace of God, go I. That's right.
Everyone just chill the hell out. Come on.
People are watching, like, wouldn't it be great, like, long after you and I are dead, somehow, like, Play the Hits gains a cult following? It's like, man, those guys were fucking racist.
The last videos watched on the internet.
Play the Hits, oh man.
They were going by page views, you know,
Yeah,
so they
right.
started with...
So they assumed that videos with one view had to be, like, the highest ranked, right? Oh, look at this. This video is #1. Yeah, Golgorp, we should watch it. The aliens just
Wait a
confused
sec.
as all shit.
One of these two wasn't watching it.
And
Yeah,
why,
are we
and why
at
is
20
the
subscribers now, or...
Oh, we got 2 new subscribers this week.
What?
Yeah.
You know, I've been wanting to, get back into doing this more seriously now that the new job is settled-ish.
Don't have to ask me twice.
I want to pick a new game to be able to do wholeheartedly. I just haven't decided on what.
I think we've only got maybe, I want to guess, like 4 more episodes of FF4 and maybe 1 or 2 more of Oxenfree, so whenever you want to pick one up, let me know.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm going to give that some serious thought. Well, Monday, I'm going to the doctor so that someone can finally tell me why I can sleep for 9 hours and wake up more tired than when I went to bed, so that'll be nice.
That will be nice. My guess is still anxiety.
You know, that's the thing is why I'm getting... Wow, Edge is down like a champ. No, I mean, see, now that's the big thing is I have all of that stuff under control. It's that I've got all these tiredness and anxiety symptoms when I have no right to have them.
That's
Like-
usually how it works,
this
man.
is
I've
the
always
most
thought that, too.
Yeah. This is the most control I've had over my life in 5 years. So, like, hypothetically, I shouldn't be quite, you know,
Yeah, hypothetically.
on edge.
That's the same as me. Like I have very mild, mind you, depression. Like, I've never had, like, suicidal thoughts or anything like that.
Well, but depression apparently can even just be a state of physical fatigue as
Yep.
opposed to something
Yeah.
emotional, which
and
I didn't
that's-
realize.
yeah, neither did I. And that's kind of where I was coming with it. I was like, you know, I'm married with a decent job and 2 wonderful kids. What right do I have, of all people, to be depressed? And, you know, like when I talked to a therapist about this, like, yeah, that's fucking not how depression works.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So yeah, I mean that's where my money is, but I'm no doctor, so it's good that you're talking to an actual professional.
Good, well, it was like, never mind. Anyways, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. If nothing else, I'm out. Hopefully won't be out more than a couple $100 for talking to a doctor.
Right.
You know, and I just bought a new TV, you know. Maybe if I just skip the appointment and buy another TV, I'll be that much happier.
Yeah, right, that'll make me happy. What'd you end up going with?
I got, what is this thing? A Spectre TV?
Spectre.
Yeah, it's some sort of, like, mega off-brand.
Sure, but
$125 for 43 or 46 inches.
Wow, that's not bad at all.
Nope, not even remotely. No, I didn't want to spend much at all.
Yeah,
I'm very
mission
easy to
accomplished,
please.
man.
And I also wanted something bigger than my current TVs.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you'd think they'd realize it's, and yet they keep doing it.
Hey, I'm down with that. Dude, that ice lance
what-
is effective.
What can they do?
Piss and moan like an impotent jerk.
That's all those Democrats can do. Oh, the Rush Limbaugh thing was the last episode. That's right.
It's still relevant.
Now, you know, I've never seen I love how the right is more in love with AOC than the left ever has or will be.
Yeah, I know, that's right. Like, she's actually a fairly, by the
She's
books...
their big...
milk
She's
toast.
their Bigfoots.
Yeah, like a very milk toast politician so far. Like, she's kind of been okay at getting some stuff done and not so great at others. But the right is just like terrified that she's immediately gonna start, like having lesbian weddings in the congressional hall or something. Yeah.
Well, it's that it's very easy to put a face on liberalism and be like,
Yeah. It's because she's active on Twitter and she resonates with young people, and so they're like, oh my god, this is the end of our gravy train.
lock up your daughters, lock up your wives, because she's gonna make them all lesbians and join ISIS. Such.
Yeah, we all know ISIS just loves their lesbians.
I love how ISIS only gets trotted out when we're thinking about doing something in the Middle East. Like, ISIS is still there.
Yeah, guys, ISIS. Oh, yeah, that's right. Obama and his ISIS. They're still out there.
Hey, can I... Okay, now
Hey,
I don't want to
did we ever lock up Hillary?
No, but we are going to trot that horse back out during the 2020 election season for some reason.
That's right. Trump's got to have something to rail against.
But, so, question here. I guess I haven't followed the international news too much, but what happened to Venezuela? Did Trump just get, bored with that?
Oh,
and
no.
then just...
By Venezuela, you now mean Iran and China.
Iranistan? No.
Iranistan and Chinastan.
Oh, so it's less he got bored and more he just saw another shiny object.
Yeah,
or...
distraction politics, basically.
I figured when Russian troops were on the ground, I figured we'd heard the last of that incident.
What? Why? Okay.
Maybe you gotta go down?
Yeah, there's another
No,
way.
I think, yeah, oh, alright, that too.
I'm gonna run from you. Fuck it. Words coming out of my mouth. Oh, the other big thing, too, is all of the friends of the Trump administration being involved in child sex trafficking.
Who'd have thought that...
But Trump has no knowledge of this.
Where, well, yeah, it's like when Trump said he never met Vince, what was it, Vic McMahon, and there he is in a video clip of them wrestling together on WrestleMania.
Right.
But anyways,
I never met him out of character, is what I meant.
It's not even worth disproving him anymore,
No.
but who'd have thought that it would take Jeffrey Epstein to unite the country?
Right. Though...
Showing us that between Clinton and Trump, it's just the rich out to literally screw the working class.
Though the other great thing is they just arrested R. Kelly yesterday, and he supposedly might have one or two child sex slaves hidden in Trump Tower, Chicago, which is almost too... I mean, don't get me wrong. Horrible situation. Get them home to their families and all that. But as far as just, the most oddball, weirdly constructed sentence you could ever come up with. I mean, fucking R. Kelly.
Well, there's that, and first the police pulled him over. Then they found the whiskey, the pot, and the uranium. That was a headline earlier today.
Whoa, that's not happening, Kane. Yeah, that's right.
I also remember there's this fun story I read where someone in a Mexican cartel down, in Mexico, hijacked a truck.
A Mexican cartel in Mexico. Whoa, slow down.
Well, in my defense, Mexican cartels are all over South America, and North America, I'm told. But anyways, some members of this cartel hijacked this truck thinking there was electronics in it. Turned out for some reason it was full of highly radioactive cobalt-62.
Oh, bet they regretted hijacking that truck.
Well, no, because they died pretty quickly.
Yeah, right. Well, in their last moments, they regret.
If I remember the article correctly, they followed a group of footprints that became radically more erratic.
Oh.
Until they ended.
Violently.
Hey, speaking of drugs in South America, did you know that Okay, there's Breaking Bad. Did you know that there's a shot-for-shot remake of Breaking Bad in Spanish?
Like with different actors?
Yes. Did you know this?
That's awesome, and no, I did not.
It's called Metastasis, and it's basically just, like I said, Breaking Bad, but word for word, the same damn show, which makes me think, why would you just not dub it?
Right.
But
Maybe they've got
whatever.
something against Bryan Cranston.
It's not like they hired like any the Bryan Cranston of Mexico. It's just like, hey, here's
Bryan
some
Cranston of Mexico. Oh, ¿Dónde
Bro-
es Walter
bro-
White?
bro-
Walter White está
bro-
aquí. No.
Bernardo Constantino,
We just got the Excalibur.
Bernardo Cranstantino.
Constantino.
It's like Steven Spielbergo.
Steven Spielberg. See. Make movies, see.
Now listen, Mr. Spielbergo.
Is everything cheaper
was
down
it?
here, or is it just me?
Me and Schindler had a lot in common. We were both rich, we were both entrepreneurs, we both made bombs for the Nazis, but god damn it, mine worked. Alright, I'm sorry. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the sweat equity bonus. Oh, see, now I started swearing and Rex left.
You guys
Rex
disgust
is-
me.
He's this, puritanical dog. Every time I swear, he looks at me with distress and then just walks out of the room.
Oh no, he's angry again. He's gonna hit me. I've never hit you. Yeah, for now. I'm just gonna cash in on all this gil that I saved up for my grinding.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we need to buy anything anyways, because we'll just find something better in 10 minutes. Now, we're gonna beat down Shiva and Leviathan while we're down here?
Yes, yes we
Oh,
are.
that's right. Those are kind of just like gimmick bosses anyway.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go get Odin, and then we're gonna go through the light cave.
Okay. You know, I really feel like you should go through the Sylph Cave first and grab the Avenger, which
Oh,
is
you're
my
right.
favorite weapon in the whole series.
Right, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, we could do that too. I mean, it's not like any of these are going to take us very long at the level I'm at. I basically just set out to grind so that we don't really have to grind again. I think I succeeded.
Well, just essentially to advance the plot.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's just not... Don't get me wrong, our videos aren't exactly, Shakespeare, but it's also just not super engaging to watch a bunch of random battles in a row. Without
At one
forward
point,
movement.
I was rewatching our old videos, and I was kind of conducting this little internal audit of when our banter is at its best.
It's usually after
And
a
then I
few
started-
drinks. Sorry.
Well, actually, well, conversation from the time, I suppose. But yeah, then I started working HR for the company I'm at right now.
I have
And then
noticed
my
that
life
when
completely
Nick takes,
stopped.
I have noticed that when Nick takes over the topics, they tend to be slightly more thought-provoking.
They tend to go all over the damn place. The trick is to navigate between, are we going to talk about the game, or is Nick going to start talking about some random thing, probably not related?
And is Chris gonna mention a random bodily function? Hey,
the
speaking
hell
of
is
which,
that?
I got this boil on my now. No.
You know, animal magnetism can cure that.
Giggity.
Yeah, I mean, you just you bless the wood, and then you rub the wood on it, and then you bury the wood to transfer the ailment into the ground. And anyways, you make sure you've got the money and get out of town before everyone figures out what's going on.
Bless the wood.
Have you
Oh.
have you heard of the concept of sword salves?
I have not.
Okay,
Enlighten
so
me.
you rub a salve on a sword, and it can go ahead and cure anyone that the sword has cut.
Sure, let's try it.
There's all sorts of amazing old quackery they used to believe in the 17th century, which is no news to you, but
Yeah.
I've learned a whole slew of new things.
Bloodletting and whatnot.
No, the funny thing about sword salving was you're supposed to pray over the sword and rub a certain kind of oil on it, only up. You never rub down, or else it makes it worse. And anyways, after
Sound
you do
reasoning.
that, You should also take alcohol and pour it over the actual wound, clean it, make sure you change the bandages once a day. Which sounds a lot like, you can just cut out the whole sword salve thing and then just clean the wound and be just fine.
Then present yourself at the temple, have sex with the priest, sleep outside, and bathe in the lake the next day, and you're good to go.
There was also this pandemic in London in like 1850 of everybody claiming to be the London poisoner who has been poisoning the water supply.
Sounds right.
Yeah, and like apparently Satan had this like secret monastery where skeletons would play leapfrogs and ghosts would hold congress and Satan would brew up poison for the whole town.
Like he does.
Not like he does.
Like as he is prone to do.
I love the subtle racism in this book, by the way, that I'm reading. By the way, the book is called Extraordinary Mass Delusions and the People That Fall for It.
Oh, nice.
And it's written by like it's written by some Englishman in 1880. And I love the kind of subtle racism of like he'll still refer to Muslims as the Mohammedans. And there's a really funny quip in there about. And so the point that could have been made within a sentence went on for 3 pages in the philosopher's book. But then again, that's the French for you.
That's the French for you.
Or what was it? But what else can be expected of a Frenchman? It was a little more condescending now that.
Or when they like break down the physical traits of black people, it's like.
Nah, they're not even mentioned in this book.
Oh, it's too early, yeah. Too soon, huh?
Though I have read recently that I guess apparently genetic race studies are coming back into vogue.
Oh, for God's sake, really?
Well, I mean, African Americans do get sickle cell anemia at higher rates than white people. I mean, that's technically...
Yeah, they also get arrested more. I'm sure that has something to do with biology.
This is one of those subjects where you have to defer to Seinfeld, where they were talking about something about race, and then George's like, "Should we be talking about this?" No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
This is one of those things where there is no point in having discourse because there's no.
If we had a comment section, it would be on fire right now. If only. Okay, so I've got her working for me now. This is good.
Oh yeah, you fight her first. I thought you fought her last. Yeah, that's right. You just cast Reflect on her, and then you're...
Yeah, and you're pretty well set. Though she is still hitting me pretty hard. Cure Cecil? Nope, Cure
I
it.
think there's a couple iterations of the game where they give her an attack, because I don't remember her having a physical attack in the SNES version.
Yeah, no, here it balances her out a little bit.
It makes it so the fight is less of a joke, I'm noticing.
I mean, also I think they increased her HP quite a bit, because she's still standing.
I mean, still at the end, it's just Asura.
Yeah. Is it Asura or Ashura? Because I've seen it both ways.
I was going to say Asura, but
Asura.
That's just me. I mean, it's essentially just
What's she based off of?
It's not just it's not Krishnu, it's Vishnu, isn't it?
Okay, so it's Indian?
Yeah. Or Hindi. I can never quite keep them straight.
But yeah, Krishna, I think
Krishna.
is the one with the elephant head, right?
I thought Vishnu was the elephant.
Oh, I'm not sure. I could be mixing them up. I mean, this is only my major in college, Nick. What do you want me to do?
Maybe it was Shiva? I don't know.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Reflect wore off.
Yeah, better hurry before those 10,000 cures start up.
Yep.
So, hey, have you finished The Witcher yet?
Nope. Can't say as I have.
Getting closer, huh? I was gonna say, I've got a new book recommendation for you when you get that finished.
What's that?
I've started reading a series called The Black Company.
Is this another race
thing? I feel
thing?
like that. Well, okay, all right. Granted, my timing is poor, But anyways, no, it's for someone who never liked Tolkien, I really kind of enjoy seeing who can pick up Tolkien's mantle and run with it the best. Witcher was doing it for me for a while, was never too keen on Game of Thrones. Black Company seems to be the perfect combination of like Tolkien-esque mythology and also kind of grim, dark, depressing.
Okay, I gotcha.
Give it a listen if you get a chance. It's also like super old. It's from 1980, but it feels so modern when you read it. As far as sci-fi,
one day we will die.
I mean, as far as those genres go, I mean, yeah, that's pretty old.
You're not right.
I love how the door opening sounds like he's just kicking the door in.
I'm here, motherfuckers! Hey, welcome to the inn! Wouldn't it be great, like, when we picture Cecil talking, we probably picture this, like, noble knight, this hero. Wouldn't it be great he has, like, the worst fucking inflection and potty mouth? You fucking kidding me? I had $1,200 for a fucking inn? Okay, Cecil, calm down, man.
So he's pretty much every YouTuber out there.
Yeah, gotcha. Right? He's, what's the guy on Twitch? Dr. Disrespect.
What is Dr. Disrespect? All I know is that he got banned from Twitch and he's on Twitch. Like, can you explain this to me? Like, what is this?
Oh, he's on Twitch. He's a Let's Player. Like a more
all I see is like a 40-year-old man who plays video games and wears a wig.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I might be oversimplifying things.
He got invited to E3, and
like what's his thing? Does he just play like Fortnite or something?
Yeah,
or?
That's exactly right. I'm not disrespecting him either. I get it. But like, yeah, that's his. He just plays.
Here's the thing. I mean,
he got banned because he got invited to E3 and shot a scene in the public restroom there, which is a huge violation of privacy. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to, as I get old, wiser, and I don't quite take the bait to crap on everything that I feel is below me. But, 3/4 of YouTubers could just die, or Fortnite streamers could just, be snapped into out of existence. And, overall culture and art aren't going to suffer much.
Yeah, I mean, we could go off the air right fucking now, and
one of us could disappear, and I don't know.
I don't know, man. My solo stuff is not as good as when we're working as a team. If you've watched any episodes of The Messenger, it's not impressive.
I think, see, the thing is you have to have someone to work off of. I mean, even people who are on Twitch are, working off of the comment section. It takes someone who's very much in key with what they want to do with their projects to be able to do it themselves. You know what? No, I've never seen anybody play through a game solo and be amusing. I just haven't. Is there someone out there like that?
This is probably horrible timing as well, but I actually did really enjoy Pro Jared until he lost his mind. But the reason
does he play through? I thought he did retrospectives, not
he did, but he also had a very good Let's Play channel that was just him. And then in later episodes, he hired a woman that he called Miss Editor, and she wouldn't talk to him, but she would insert little witticisms. She was his editor, as the name implies, and she would insert little witticisms into the episode.
Witticisms.
Witticisms. Yeah. No, what I really liked about him though was, in fact, I think I sent you a video of his one time. Because,
something about Chrono Trigger?
Yeah, because actually it was Final Fantasy Tactics, but he also did a really, really good one on Chrono Trigger as well. And basically, he's coming from kind of the same age bracket and kind of frame of reference that you and I are concerning JRPGs from the 90s, and I really appreciated what he had to say about them.
I noticed the past tense, so what happened?
Oh, did you? I've been making all these references to him, just assuming that you heard about it. He, so it started with he and his wife got a divorce, and it came out that she was trying to torpedo his career, and he was cheating on her all the time. But then what really did it was, it turns out he was trying to solicit nude photos from some of his fans, regardless of their ages.
Wow, that certainly seems to happen a lot.
Yeah.
Why? I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a simple man, but I don't.
I mean, if you have even
It always comes down to the underage nude.
Right, yeah. Like all these
That
guys
is like
right now getting busted for
That is
child
always
pornography.
the end game for powerful men. It is always like,
What's the one thing I can't have? And then, you know, that always takes them to the same place.
Right.
Kind of makes you not want to ever be really successful at anything.
I don't know. I feel like I give it a shot.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I
like-
figure I'm
It's
single.
like I feel like I trust myself enough not to look at naked children given the opportunity. That seems like a no-brainer, especially if like you're even remotely famous. Like, don't get me wrong, it's horrible to even have those thoughts in the first place. But you know, even if you do have those impulses, you have to understand that if you have like 1 million followers on YouTube, there is always going to be someone just waiting to report you for anything, much less something that's an actual felony. And, you know, just overall despicable behavior. So that happened about 2 months ago, and he hasn't really put out anything except for the occasional, like, Twitter statement. Which is
and I'm
apparently
assuming
how
they
we
don't
as...
have to do with.
Yeah, which is apparently
Right.
now how we as a society cope with things, is through Twitter, so, whatever.
Yes, our dispassionate and disassociated Twitter account, which is us, but it's not us.
Yeah, like, you can't be held accountable for what you say on Twitter, because that's just like your id giving air to all of his grievances.
Well, I mean, I guess I understand why people feel the need to be their worst possible version online, but
Yeah. But I mean, even here,
Well,
like,
hey.
I mean, we're not in any way, shape, or form popular enough that, like, I would ever get called out on anything I say on the channel. But really, all I do is just, like, exaggerate what's already in my head. So I have to assume that that's, like, kind of the truth for most people who are online. So, like, what is rocking around in your brain that you, like, feel the need to, like, air out all of this vitriol against people of other races and children and...
like how Notch, the creator of Minecraft, went from beloved maker of Child's Game to horrific alt-right
right.
anti-gay activist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what do you have to be that mad about? You literally get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, unless you're PewDiePie, in which case it's millions. And again, what does he do? He starts spouting things about black people. But like, what is going on in your brain that even seems like a reasonable course of action? Again, and I'm not famous. I can't possibly hope to understand it,
because I've thought, you know, I've kind of thought on this. I mean, I don't know, maybe you're kind of getting into that Thanatos impulse of, you know, secretly hoping for self-destruction.
Huh.
But maybe it's just that urge to always push the envelope and see just how much you can get away with.
Right, with the right amount
Or
of money
like
and
here-
fame. Yeah.
Well, I have everything I could want. Now, let's see if I can say this one thing that other people can't say. Yeah.
I still secretly suspect that that's part of why, not all of why, because I mean the man's a lunatic, but part of why Donald Trump behaves the way he does. Like, he wants to find the line. Like, he wants to know what he can say or do where people will finally say they've had enough.
No. I see. Okay.
I mean, that's what every
No,
naughty
I don't
child
think
is
that's
doing.
it.
They play with boundaries.
He's a narcissist with a very small attention span. No, I think it's just whatever makes him feel more self-important in that particular
Oh,
moment.
you're absolutely right, but whether he knows it or not, he's behaving the way my 4-year-old son does when he's being bad. He's just
But
trying
he's
to
never-
see what he can say or do that will elicit a negative response. And I think that
But
in
this is,
Trump's mind, the same way as a 4-year-old, any response is still a response, and so he has power over you. And so that's why he does what he does. Or at
Yeah,
least,
that's
again,
true.
part
No,
of it.
he's,
And the other part is just what you said. He's completely off his gourd and just doesn't have any concept
Well,
of like the thoughts.
I mean,
or
you
feelings
listen
of
to
others,
what
so-
he says, and like if it was anybody else, I'd almost feel bad because
There's
I
clearly
mean, like,
something
when
wrong.
was-
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's just clearly something wrong when he contradicts himself twice when he's talking about the ice raids happening on Sunday. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
And we all have, like, as a nation, decided that, yeah, there is something wrong, but we're still going to play ball with this man as though, you know, he were a major league player and not a self-absorbed lunatic. I mean, it's...
well, I mean, we had the whole Jeffrey Epstein connection to the Secretary of Labor, and the president was basically just, let's see where this goes. Let's see where this goes. I mean, that was about the most impassioned response he could come up with.
Right.
But with those videos of him coming up saying, yeah, I party with Jeffrey Epstein, he likes the girls young.
Yep.
He knows how to have a good time. Jesus
The
Christ.
man loves the ladies, you know? Big ladies, really little ladies. He's a great
But,
guy.
like,
He
you
said
know-
some very nice things about me in the 80s.
Eventually, your outrage odometer just snaps, and you're like, I don't have the capacity to feel anything anymore.
And I love how that's always his defense for the way he behaves or treats people, is they either said some really bad things or some not nice things about me or some really great things about me. Like the nation is just waiting like, oh, well, sure, he raped little girls, but what does he think of the Donald? You know, like,
Is he a believer?
does he believe in the cause? Yeah. And, you know, granted, for his followers, that is what matters. But for the rest of us, just like, who the fuck cares what he said about you on Twitter?
I was listening to a funny bit on NPR this morning about a lot of Trump voters up in it was one of the farming states, I can't remember, but they were all for the
Flyover
immigration
country, you mean?
crackdown.
Oh,
They were all for the immigration crackdowns, but then they were really upset because now they didn't have any illegal immigrants to work their fields.
yep. That's usually how those kind of things end up. Okay, so...
Now, did you go to the secret place yet here?
Refresh me. I might have, I might not have.
There's like a teleport panel to the bottom of this scene?
Mm-hmm. Doesn't it just take me to the entrance?
I don't think so. Well, eventually, yeah, right there.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Well,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm dumb.
Yeah, I see that this game has the courtesy to go ahead and
Oh,
highlight
damn.
it, where you kind of just had to guesswork it before.
Rosa just got a
And other
huge
versions.
upgrade. Damn.
Well, yeah, but she's only... Oh, that's right, because you don't have to use the arrows yet. Okay, now the other one down there will take
Yep.
you to the ends, which you might as well do, because...
Yeah, we just got everything in there.
We've killed their king,
Yeah.
so...
He works for us now. It's like when Vito got Luca Brasi on his side. You know, he works for me now. Okay, so we're only at the 40-minute mark. We can do the Sylph Cave.
I think so. So long as Kane gets his Avenger, that's what matters to me. You know, I still have not seen Avengers Endgame yet.
Really?
I
I'm
can't
taking,
find 3 freaking hours.
Yeah, you'll have to get it on Blu-ray. My dad's coming into town tomorrow, and we're gonna take Connor to see the new Spider-Man.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, and Connor's like all into superheroes right now, so he'll love it.
Of course.
You know, he's kind of like finally starting to get to that age where like our interests are overlapping a little bit. It's fun. I told you, I think I
Well,
told you
you know.
last week that I got him a DS.
Oh, yes. Cautiously introducing him to that while hoping it doesn't turn into digital crack cocaine.
Yeah, pretty much. Though, that's so far not the problem, but one of the nice things about it is when he does misbehave, it gives me something very powerful to withhold from him. Which,
No, you
was
just didn't
happy-
result to physical violence. Like, if you don't stop that, I will take one of these teeth out, Connor. And then you
It's,
put your hands on his teeth and you start wiggling his baby teeth. Like, maybe this one.
It's
Or
the,
maybe this one, or this big old molar back here.
It's the Bender Rodriguez model of parenting. Parents, have you ever considered just sitting down with your children and hitting them?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, that show is so great. I haven't watched that in a while, actually, Futurama.
Well, I mean, you've seen all the episodes. What's the point in rewatching it, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's still nostalgic.
You know, I guess I contradict myself because I was watching the old Simpsons episodes with Angelina a while back, and I was shocked at just how many of my one-liners and throwaway lines come directly from the early Simpsons.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty much round the clock quoting something from the 90s.
It's amazing how influenced we are by all those things around us as children, which scares the bejeebus out of me of what my sister is going to grow up with, having been exposed to nothing but like YouTubers and whatnot
Trump, yeah.
growing up. Yeah.
Oh, fucking Marlboros. You know what? Not gonna deal with it right now.
You know, those Marlboros would be even funnier if it had like 100 cigarettes in its mouth.
Right. That's instead of the tentacles, they're just a bunch of cigarettes.
That's what it kind of looks like on Discord.
That's awesome. Oh man,
Beat
Kane
the hell
just
out of that
took
frog.
it. This dungeon has the most annoying enemies in the whole game.
Oh yeah, it's a bit of a slug, but the treasure at the end is worth it.
Yeah.
It's not particularly long either. It's just
No, you can
know.
get in and out pretty quickly once you get your bearings.
Though the hidden things in the walls and whatnot.
Yeah, that gets annoying fast. Fucking A. Oh god, Kane. You did try. You gave it your try.
Can he still jump?
Nope. He's a frog, Nick.
How high can a frog dragoon jump? I mean, it's like combining Mario with a pogo stick, is it not?
Oh my god!
Well, if frogs had any teeth, they'd be laying on the ground right now, 10 feet behind him.
Kane is just not doing good. Why won't Cecil protect him either? He's a frog.
Because he's a dirty frog.
You were once my best friend. Now look at you.
This is the time Cecil takes to wreak his revenge on him.
Yeah, right. Turn on me, will ya? I still remember what happened at Fabul.
Maybe we should have just cast Toad on Golbez, because, you know,
That seems pretty effective.
that might have worked.
Oh, for God's sake. Nope. Even with the preemptive strike, I'm just nope. I'm noping out of that one. You're gonna have to remind me where the Avenger is if you have that knowledge, because I don't really feel like visiting this cave more than twice. Let's see
I
here.
remember roughly, it's over in that area where all the empty treasure boxes.
Okay. So let's see here.
Oh yeah, Yang's down here too, isn't he?
What's left of him?
You know, that got blown out of that tower and I guess straight into the underground. Nary a scratch on him. Hey, the Elven Bow.
Yeah, I
Too
know.
bad we
I
got
love how
the
that works
Yoichi bow.
out. That's right. We already got the Yoichi.
I always come here first, but you know. Ah, here we go. So if you take her out first,
Yeah, the rest of them just are having a bad time.
you got to take out the Alpha Frog.
That's technically what she is. There we go.
Yep,
Oh my
and the
god,
rest of
mother!
And then the rest of these dominoes will fall like a house of cards.
Boom, all the metaphors.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. Oh, Zap Brannigan. You're right, we do spend an inordinate amount of time quoting from Mad Grinding projects.
Not a lot of quotes from Enchanted, I'm noticing.
You know, I watched the first couple episodes of it and I liked it, and then I just completely didn't visit it again.
It's like, this is alright, but, you know.
But where's fucking Bender? Oh boy.
Gotta roid rage up those trees.
I still think those spirit faces really look more confused and lost than they do, like, genuinely intimidating. It's like, oh my god, how did we get here? Why are these people attacking us?
They're more scared of you than you are of them.
That's exactly right.
Total side note, how much would you pay for a combination pack like they did with all the old Castlevania games, but of all the GBA Castlevania games?
Oh, I'd be down for that. What I would
A
really
sizable
love...
ransom.
Yeah, what I would really love, too, is if they gave them, like, a slight upgrade. Like, remake... like, think Dawn of Sorrow or Portrait of Ruin. Just like that level of quality, you know?
That would require work on Konami's part. I mean,
they're not exactly a working company anymore, are they?
I'll take the bare minimal I could possibly get out of that, which is everything bundled up and told, here you go,
right.
You want it or not. Well, does it have any extra features? You know what? Keep playing your damn emulators.
Okay, I'm just not gonna do it, game. We're done here. That was way too much. 1,000 gil, cottage.
Boy, I think we've dropped about that much.
See, it evened out. Okay. These guys are weak to the ice, right?
They're probably weak to bio.
They're about to get Blizzagged.
I can never remember if they're weak against fire or strong against it.
Or both, which is how that works out sometimes. Alright, Rydia.
Well, really, you more or less just needed a cane on them.
That is the solution to most battles. Just get Kane on them.
Well, I mean, just using Courage on everybody, it takes out the thinking component.
Yeah.
Too much going on.
Okay, so now here, if I remember right, there should be a thing in the wall to my left.
I think. I know this is honeycombed with stuff at dumb places.
Right. Up here, maybe? No? Or, yeah. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
But I don't believe this is the Avenger yet.
No.
Fuck you, Malboro.
It might lead to it, but... Oh, good lord.
Oh, for crap's sake, no! I'm sorry. It's not fun. This part's not fun.
Well,
You're right, the treasure is worth it, but it's not fun. Okay, I'll take the preemptive strike. Because I can just wipe her out.
It's not like you need the EXP, but you won't turn it down.
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say, oh god damn it! I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth either. Where did that expression come from, Nick?
You're
don't
good
know?
with
Words? No.
So, looking a gift horse in the mouth, one of the first things you do when you're thinking about buying a horse is you open it up and you look at its teeth. The teeth are an excellent indicator of the overall health of the horse. So, if someone were to give you a horse as a gift, you would not want to open the horse's mouth and then look at its teeth and be like, yeah, this is a really good horse, or no, this is a really shitty horse, but I'll take it anyways.
Really? That's like the first thing I would do, because for all I know, this asshole is just trying to dump off like a shit horse on me and hoping I'll take care of it.
It's free. It's free.
That's a burden.
There was no such thing as something like that in those days. If you didn't want to take care of the horse, you just ate it.
That's fair.
You don't take a gift and then qualify it.
Oh
Thanks,
man,
but
I can't wait to eat that monkey.
Thank you, Abe Simpson.
Yep. See,
Yeah.
that's really all we got.
Here's another one for you. You know
Simpson
where the term
jokes
stinking,
and Bulgarism. Sorry,
You know
go
where
on.
the expression "stinking rich" comes from?
No, enlighten me. Keep them coming.
Okay, so
Trivia night, baby.
When the rich died, typically they would be interred in the church, typically in the lower sepulcher. I always get sepulcher and sepulchral mixed up. But anyways, they would inter the rich in the not quite catacomb, but the burial areas under the church.
Right.
And in the summer, when it would get hot, and they couldn't get the air conditioner working,
I gotcha.
the rich would start to stink. So that's where you get the stinking rich.
Huh. How about that?
Do you know why in the U.S. Senate, when they take a vote, why they say yay or nay?
Nay.
So yay is a common expression for yes, but are you familiar with when Nero made his horse a senator?
Yes, I do know that
Yes,
story.
Nero the Roman emperor. So yeah, he made his horse a senator, and in order to get his horse to fully participate in the legislative process, he noticed that the horse, couldn't say no. So instead of saying yes or no, he said, okay, let's keep this in the realm of what the horse can say. So we'll say yay or nay. That's where we get yay or nay.
So when you call someone a naysayer, you're calling them a horse's ass.
Okay, now it just becomes wait, don't tell me. What one of those three stories is fake?
Was it the Nero one?
Yeah, it's the Nero one. I made that one up on a whim.
That's too bad. I really like that one.
I used to tell that joke to tax clients back in the day.
I do like listening to Wait, Don't Tell Me, though, so this is nice.
I used to put on NPR in my last year. I was doing tax clinics, and every now and then you'd get someone who said, that liberal channel?
Yeah, right? Like, fuck you guys, really? Do you guys get Focus on Flowers in Ohio, or is that just Bloomington? Is that just a
I do
local
kind of
one?
waffle between listening to NPR and MPR, Michigan Public Radio.
Oh, okay.
So no, I don't know if I get Focus on Flowers. What time is it on?
I usually catch it, I think, Fridays as I'm leaving work.
Because
maybe
it's
around
like
5
it's like at a
o'clock.
weird time, like Hearts of Space. Then it's like, well, no, because I'm in bed at that time.
You know it if you got it, because the lady who does it is fucking awesome. Moira Andrews.
Nope, I think all I get is Pulse of the Planet.
Okay. Welcome to Focus on Flowers with Moira Andrews. Today,
Oh, it's Dr. Ruth all of a sudden.
Today we're going to talk about rhododendras. It's very important when you plant to be mindful not only of the weather, but also the season. Don't forget, anything before spring is wasteful. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass, but you get the point.
I was about to join in there.
Yeah, right. I'm sure you could probably do it better than I do because you actually garden, but that's literally like her.
planted before spring, the produce you'll have to fling.
Yes.
Anything planted after summer is just going to be a bummer.
But that's a story for another season. This has been Moira Andrews with Focus on Flowers.
No, I would remember that. Now
Yeah.
I'm a little envious.
Oh, next time we go to Bloomington, I'll have to make a point to keep NPR on whenever we go on a car ride just to see if we catch her. I fucking love that lady.
The thing is about NPR is I love it, but I can never listen to it in public because you just never know when they're gonna do one of their weird things, where they start talking about stuff that's less than company friendly. Like
Did you ever...
I remember
Go ahead.
I remember I was doing taxes and they're like, now we're gonna talk about abortion. Are you looking to get an abortion? Here's
Hope
a
you
woman
don't
who
live
wants
in
to
Ohio.
right.
Did you ever watch Parks and Rec?
No.
There was an episode where the main character was on NPR and she's doing this interview, and they cut her short because they have like this lesbian Celtic band on, and she goes, "Oh my God, you cut me off for these guys? They're terrible." And the interviewer looks at her and he goes, "Yeah, they are terrible, but they are lesbians." And if that's not NPR in a nutshell.
Oh God, that's funny.
Oh yes, they are terrible, but they are lesbians.
I think I'm actually crying. That's
Oh, that was like the best line of that whole show. Next to
Oh,
stop
gosh.
pooping.
That's exactly what I yelled at Duncan. Right.
Well, the context of that one is they all catch this like vicious stomach bug, and this guy who's like a hypochondriac is staring at himself in the mirror, and he's like dehydrated, and he goes, "Stop pooping."
Is that the show with Julie Ann Dreyfus?
No, you're thinking of Veep. That was shit. What's her name? She's also an SNL veteran, but I can't think of her name. She played the character Leslie Knope, but I cannot think of her name.
Yeah, she's famous for something.
Yeah. Well, famous for that show.
Well, yeah.
It was one of those shows that just had a really.
She's in something else,
Yeah.
like that I knew her from before Parks and Rec.
Maybe SNL or she did a lot of movies too. But the great thing about that show, it had a solid all around cast. Like the guy who played Ron Swanson, and you know you've probably seen Ron Swanson memes.
Yeah, they're
everywhere. Yeah. But then it was also how Chris Pratt got his start. Aubrey Plaza got big from that show as well.
Yeah, I remember that being the
Aziz
launching
Ansari,
point
he was
for
in it. Okay, so I think we went the wrong way for the Avenger.
Well, we found Yang. There's that.
We did find Yang. Maybe I'll come back here between episodes, so once again we don't blow an inordinate amount of time just wandering aimlessly. I'll just get the sword and
No, you don't want to do that here. That's no fun.
no. I mean, the people have now seen what this cave is all about. That's the important thing.
Whoa! Hey, speaking of tsunamis, I wonder how.
Oh yeah, isn't the Gulf Coast supposed to get hit tomorrow?
Yeah, 8 a.m. like 25 inches of rain.
Oh shit! But
I don't
think
understand.
it's-
The whole city's a flood zone.
Yeah, right. So I mean that's terrible enough news, but I don't think it's evolved into a hurricane yet, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's just a tropical storm with a buttload of water.
Right, which they absolutely fucking don't need.
Yeah, because they live on the Gulf Coast.
Yep. Well, actually, now that I say it, we could use some rain here now, but... Sup, Yang? Well, see you later.
I thought you're supposed to talk... No, wait, you have to talk to him and then...
Don't you have to get
You
the frying
speak to
pan
his-
from his wife? Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And she says, like, domestically abuse him in my place.
Right, yeah. So we're going topside next episode anyways to fight Odin and do a whole bunch of other stuff. So, next time
Yes.
on Play the Hits,
We retake the surface.
That's right. I'll duck back into the cave in between and get the Avenger, and we'll just start actually progressing the plot again. Nick, this has been fun, and as always, Twitch, YouTube, thank you very much for watching. We will see you next time.
Keep on trucking.